how piwa una piwa swooms matsis wohat dam hasta nahin na heshivit na tistista. I'd like to say good morning, good to see each and every one of you. My name is Hasta Nahin. I'm a member, enrolled member of the Southern Cheyenne and Arapaho tribes of Oklahoma. They got a hold of me, reached out to me so that I could give a good welcoming to each and every one of you this morning, express my thoughts and my gratitude to this organization, to the city, and to everyone involved, everyone who had hand in making this place beautiful once again. So we want to begin by saying something about the Miniwakan, this water, its well-being, its medicinalness, its livelihood. Water is alive. Water is the first medicine. So we want to mention it, acknowledge it, and pray for it. And then at that same time mention these water protectors and their homes and their villages, their people, their everyday walk of life, the struggles that they face protecting the water. And then we want to mention this Hisivon, these Hotowa, these Pate Oyate, these four-legged, these Buffalo Nation. We want to acknowledge them wherever they might find themselves today. For these Grandma Bison and these Grandpa Bison and then these grandchildren Buffalo. We want them to be restored, want them to be living healthy lives, healing the land and healing our people. Together we can heal from all the trauma that we've been put through 7 generations back and 7 generations ahead. And then we want to pray for this, acknowledge Unchimaka, this Mother Earth, and however she's feeling. She might have a fever, not feeling too good, so for her health and happiness, we come together to acknowledge Mother Earth and her well-being, for everything that she provides for our people. And last but not least, we want to mention this Matahowe, this Pejutawaka, all these herbs, these sacred medicines that we hold so dear to our heart and that we utilize and we protect. And there's people protecting these medicines because this medicine's being encroached upon, being violated and disrespected. So there's people that are protecting these medicines as well. And we want to think about their families and their children and their villages, their homes, their everyday walk of life. We want good things for our people, for our grandchildren and our children's children, for generations upon generations to come. This is the original homelands of our Southern Cheyenne and Arapaho people. And Mountain Ute, Southern Ute, Kiowa, Comanche, Inde. So we want to mention each and every one of these people so that they are not forgotten. And that's why I'm trying to represent my culture today. I want to adorn myself with all these items, these accoutrements that I've been bestowed upon, inherited. And we want to welcome everybody to the original homelands of our people. The way that the Buffalo and our people share that same genocide. You know, they wanted to destroy the buffalo. They wanted to delete our food source so that our people would no longer live. So it's an honor for me to be able to stand here and acknowledge my grandparents, acknowledge our people, our nation, and then the relationship that continues on because we're still here. The Buffalo are still here. Our people, our Southern Cheyenne, our Arapaho people are still here. And then this sacred mountain, this sacred land, Mount Blue Sky. We're really honored to be able to make that sound because, there's a lot that went on. A lot of policies, government policies were put in place. Only good Indian was a dead Indian. Every dead buffalo meant a dead Indian. So, times are changing and new generations are coming. And it's going to be a brighter path, a more beautiful path. We want each and every one of us to be surrounded by beauty at all times. So I really appreciate you all. Can everyone see me? It feels good to be seen. It feels good to have a voice, and it feels good to represent my culture, represent my grandparents. On my mother's side, I come from Elena Vasquez and Ruben Hernandez from Sweetwater, Texas. And then on my father's side, I come from Gertrude Lone Bear and Richard Talbot from Deer Creek, Oklahoma. So I'm really honored and grateful to be able to stand here on my own 2 feet and use my voice to be able to welcome you people, because hundreds and hundreds of years ago, my ancestors did the same thing. We welcomed each and every one of you to this land. So it's just, I want to encourage us to look out for one another, to have good thoughts for one another, and protect and restore the land so it's a healthy and beautiful place for our children. So really thank you all, and I'd like to introduce Max Vergenzi, Ahu, and Takoyasin. We are all related.
Thank you, Louis, for the kind words and acknowledgement. Welcome. My name is Max Vergenzi, and I'm the District Ranger of the Clear Creek Ranger District on the Arapahoe National Forest. It's been 18 months since the gates were last open for the public to drive to the summit of Mount Blue Sky. And what a year to be reopening this beautiful mountain as we celebrate our 150th year as a state and our 250th year as a nation. The mountain is one of Colorado's greatest treasures. Tens of thousands of people from across the world come here every year to drive to the summit of a 14,000-foot mountain. Managing Mount Blue Sky has always been a collaborative effort between the Colorado Department of Transportation, Denver Mountain Parks, and the USDA Forest Service. We have been working together on this mountain for more than a century. And for the past 4 decades, the Forest Service has been in the lead, and we are so glad Denver Mountain Parks is able and willing to take on that effort now. Recreation is something Denver Mountain Parks does really well. And the Forest Service has a lot of other priorities to focus on across the Clear Creek Ranger District, including helping prepare our forests, our recreation areas and watersheds for wildfire, working with our communities and partners to address the current mountain pine beetle outbreak, and turning our attention to better managing high-use trails, picnic areas, and recreation areas across the Ranger District, like those on Guanella Pass. By taking the lead role of managing Mount Blue Sky, Denver Mountain Parks is freeing up the Forest Service to focus on those and other priorities. And Denver Mountain Parks isn't in this alone. We will still be there, providing support with our other partners who are part of this collaborative, from Clear Creek County to Colorado Department of Transportation, who take care of the restrooms and the highways, to Denver Botanic Gardens and the Wilderness Restoration Volunteers, who care for and protect the high alpine plants and gardens, and to Denver Zoo Conservation Alliance and Colorado Parks and Wildlife, who manage the wildlife. Thank you to all of you. And it's truly a team effort to take care of this magical place. I want to thank each and every person who make it happen. For the folks who spend their days in the welcome stations, to those who clean the restrooms, plow and maintain the roads, and manage our wildlife. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Shannon Dennison, Director of Denver Mountain Parks, who's been an incredible thought partner and leader in this effort. Thanks. Shannon?
Good morning. My name is Shannon Dennison. I'm the director of Denver Mountain Parks, and I would like to welcome you to Echo Lake Lodge, the historic Echo Lake Lodge and Echo Lake Park in Mount Blue Sky. It's really great to see so many folks here, so many partners, elected officials, community leaders, and members of the media all gathered here with us to celebrate this reopening. Today is about much more than reopening a road. It's about renewing people's connection to the mountain through the journey up to the summit, through the opportunity to experience nature at its most rugged, and through a name that acknowledges both the deep cultural connections to this place and the painful history of the Sand Creek Massacre. For Native people, the connection to this mountain reaches back to time immemorial. For Denver, the connection stretches back more than a century. City leaders envision these high peaks as a place that should belong to everyone. In 1917, the mountain was proposed as Denver National Park, reflecting the deep connection between the city and county of Denver and this extraordinary place. Denver Mountain Parks established Summit Lake and Echo Lake Parks, constructed the road to the summit, and has stewarded these lands in partnership with the U.S. Forest Service and CDOT since 1919. It's a really long time. This moment reflects the strength of partnership and a new chapter in the stewardship of Mount Blue Sky. Denver Mountain Parks is honored to take the helm of daily operations and to deepen our commitment to the conservation of this landscape. We do so with really deep gratitude to the U.S. Forest Service for their decades of leadership and collaboration. We are also grateful to the Denver Mountain Parks Foundation, Clear Creek County, CDOT, and so many partners whose collaboration helps ensure Mount Blue Sky remains welcoming, accessible, and protected for generations to come. We are also very, very excited about the future, me especially. Denver voters recently approved a $7 million investment through the Vibrant Denver Bond to rehabilitate and reimagine the historic Echo Lake Lodge as a gateway visitor center and outdoor adventure hub for Mount Blue Sky. So this building we're sitting in right now is going to receive a $7 million investment. My background is in historic preservation, and I'm so excited about what the future looks like for this building. This investment reflects a continued commitment to education, historic preservation, and maintaining high-quality access to this remarkable place. None of this would be possible without our partnerships, but also without our incredible Denver Mountain Parks team. I would especially like to thank our Executive Director, Jolyn Clark, for his unwavering support of this effort, to Brad for his support of planning up here, to our maintenance and ranger teams who are the ones that make all of this happen and will be here to visit guests when we reopen tomorrow. This mountain has connected people for generations, and today we are so proud to help carry that legacy forward. Thank you to everyone who made this day possible, and welcome back to Mount Blue Sky. And now I'd like to turn it over to Jessica Mickelbust, Region 1 Transportation Director for CDOT, to say a few words.
Thank you so much, Shannon. And what a beautiful day for all of us to be able to come up here. The sun is shining and the rain has taken a pause, so we're so grateful for that. I'm Jessica Mickelbust, Region 1 Transportation Director for the Colorado Department of Transportation. CDOT is proud to help manage and maintain access to one of Colorado's most iconic destinations alongside our partners, the USDA Forest Service, Denver Mountain Parks, Colorado Parks and Wildlife, and the Federal Highway Administration, as well as Clear Creek County and many others. This reopening represents years of partnership, planning, and work in a very challenging, mountainous Colorado environment, as this is the highest paved road in North America. The importance of Mount Blue Sky, it's been mentioned. The history is just so rich. From wildlife viewing to recreation and education, the Scenic Byway provides people from around the world access to the summit of a 14er for visitors who may not otherwise have the opportunity or ability to experience the top of a mountain. And then there are those that we witness that choose to ride their bikes from the bottom to the top. And we're very appreciative of them. It is quite a journey. This road is more than transportation infrastructure. It is a gateway to Colorado's natural beauty. So a little bit about CDOT's role and what it takes to open this road every year for visitors. We're proud to maintain State Highway 5 all the way to the summit, including roadway maintenance, repairs, and winter operations. Keeping this roadway open and safe is a significant undertaking given the high altitude, weather conditions, and harsh environment. I want to offer some perspective on what it takes to open this scenic wonder view annually. Each year, Region 1, Section 9 maintainers mobilize in early May to set to the task of plowing Mount Blue Sky. This task requires several major pieces of heavy equipment, including a bulldozer, a motor grader, a snowcat, a snowplow, and a large snowblower, and approximately 8 professional maintainers. Plowing of the upper portion of the road requires a seasoned heavy equipment operator and is not a task for the faint of heart. On a normal snow year, unlike this year, it normally will take our staff about 5 weeks to fully plow and prepare the pass for visitors. And that requires many revisits and replowing again. I just was informed today that we were up, the wind was blowing snow across the road, and we have cleared it, and it is now clear for the Memorial Weekend. We also use avalanche crews to clear slide areas with explosives. So as you can see, this is no small task. I've been fortunate enough to be on one of the snowcats on its first pass to the top of the mountain, and it feels like you're sitting at the top of an iconic cloud floating. It's silent, there's nothing around, and it feels like you could just drive off the edge of the mountain, but it truly is an experience, and one that many people have on their bucket list at CDOT to experience before they leave the agency. So a bit about what we've done to reopen the road. Prior to construction beginning in 2018, CDOT funded pre-construction research that was used to inform the design and reconstruction of State Highway 5 in partnership with Colorado State University, Denver Mountain Parks, and U.S. Forest Service. The recently completed construction addressed major roadway issues near Summit Lake, including severe pavement buckling and alpine hydrology challenges. Prior to construction, portions of the roadway experienced significant heaving and uneven conditions caused by freeze-thaw cycles and underlying permafrost conditions. This is not a normal road that CDOT is used to maintaining. Air convection embankments were part of the innovative solution of this reconstruction. By elevating the road using layers of large insulating rock, cold air is able to circulate through the embankment during the winter to help keep the ground frozen, preventing permafrost melt during the warmer summer months. And all of this maintains the ecological magic that we see when we go to the top of the mountain. Overall, the project improves safety and mobility for the traveling public while also helping protect the alpine environment and ecosystem. CDOT is also funding post-construction research to evaluate how these improvements perform over time and to better understand how to protect this sensitive environment for decades to come. Before passing things off to Clear Creek County Commissioner Rebecca Lloyd, I'd like to close by saying today is not just about reopening a road, it is about reconnecting people to one of Colorado's most highest treasured places. Thank you again to all of our partners and enjoy the day.
Good morning. I'm Rebecca Lloyd. I'm the Clear Creek County Commissioner, and we're in my district. My family and I have been hiking and photographing and exploring the majestic Mount Blue Sky for about 34 years. Well, minus a couple when it was closed. But the reopening of Mount Blue Sky marks an exciting new chapter for Colorado, and especially for Clear Creek County. We are excited to have Denver Mountain Parks managing the mountain. This partnership brings fresh energy, specialized expertise, and a shared vision for preserving this incredibly beautiful mountain. We owe a huge thank you to the Colorado Department of Transportation for their work on fixing the road and ensuring safe, reliable access to the mountain. Infrastructure like this is so important to visitors and locals who frequent the mountain, especially when unpredictable mountain weather rolls in. While work is still ahead, we are grateful that Echo Lake Lodge is in Denver Mountain Park's hands. They have great plans to restore and fix this historic landmark, and we look forward to seeing it revitalized so it can be enjoyed for generations to come. This reopening also represents a major step forward in recognizing Native American history and respect for this mountain. We are proud of the collaborative effort that went into officially renaming Mount Blue Sky, which is the English translation of one of its Native American names. This renaming process included work by Clear Creek County and vital leadership and guidance from tribal leaders. Mount Blue Sky is a breathtaking destination. But the adventure does not have to end at the mountaintop. We encourage everyone to make a day of it and head down to Idaho Springs to enjoy our restaurants, shops, and historic places. And everything that our mountain community has to offer. Thank you very much. And I'd like to introduce Kate Green Fritz, the Executive Director of the Denver Mountain Parks Foundation.
Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity to be here today. My name is Kate Fritz. I am with the Denver Mountain Parks Foundation. I am honored actually to be able to speak on behalf of not the organization alone, but also the board of directors, many of whom are here today. In 2004, the Denver Mountain Parks Foundation was formed with the very simple mission of restoring the historical integrity, relevance, quality, and appreciation for Denver Mountain Parks, to advocate for it and to ensure its future as a recreational, educational, and open space resource for the city of Denver, its citizens, neighbors, and visitors. Over the last 20 plus years, this work has taken many forms, focused primarily on education, conservation, and preservation. And ultimately, it's led us to the place that we occupy now, which is to serve as the partner to Denver Mountain Parks and the Forest Service today, and to help it accomplish the work that it otherwise couldn't get done. We've been involved in this project since December, which is a little short on the timeline of the whole project being put together. As all of the speakers this morning have made it clear, the operation of this wonderful space is only possible with the partnerships and combined efforts of so many different organizations, most of which are here today. And as such, it is my honor to be able to thank them. And they include CDOT, the Colorado Parks and Wildlife, the National Forest Foundation, Clear Creek County, the Denver Zoo Conservation Alliance, the Denver Botanic Gardens, the Alpine Rescue Team, Colorado Scenic Byways, the University of Denver, Idaho Springs and the Idaho Springs Historical Commission, Colorado 14ers Initiative, Wildland Restoration Volunteers, the Friends of Mount Blue Sky, and Lost Creek Wilderness. All of them together have made this possible. So thank you to all of you for what you have done to make today possible. And now it is my most distinct pleasure to say to you all, without further ceremony, we're going to get up, walk outside, and cut the ribbon and open the road.
I'm Vivian Huang. I'm with the Federal Highway Administration, Central Federal Lands Highway Division. We assisted with the design and project management of this project. I just wanted to recognize a few people before we cut the ribbon. So from Central Federal Lands, our project manager, Braden Peters, Ryan Balchek, James Arthurs, Brandon McGarty, Miguel Martinez, Neil Ogden, Joe Locken, Julia Deesh, Colorado Department of Transportation, Matt Smith and Francesca Tordonato. We had a great construction inspection crew with HDR, as well as our contractor, Siete Incorporated. I'd also like to thank Nicole Melandri and the Arapahoe and Roosevelt National Forest, Denver Mountain Parks, and Clear Creek County. Are you ready to cut the ribbon? Yeah! 5, 4,